Welcome to my kitchen. If you're new here, hi, my name is Alicia, and if you're not new here, welcome back. This is kind of in the way a little bit. Anywho, today is a very special video. I'm going to tell you exactly why. So, I took a trip to the Dominican for a little under a week, and before I went on vacation, we hit 5,000 subscribers. So obviously, hitting this milestone, I was like, this is a momentous occasion. This is a big occasion. We need to celebrate. And what better way to celebrate than bake something? I did a 1K special on this channel, and I made beaver tails. I was gonna do a cake, but I was like, let me go back to my old baking roots. So if you didn't know, I used to really want to be a baker when I was younger. My specialty was chocolate chip cookies. And I just feel like maybe we should bake some chocolate chip cookies together from scratch. So that's what we're about to do. But as I was saying, hit 5K. I was like, okay, we're gonna do a little 5K special. Then I went on vacation. I didn't have time to film it before I went on vacation, so I was like, okay, I'll film it after. Came back from vacation and went at 6K. Y'all move quick. So I don't really know if I should title this like a 5K or 6K special. That's insane. That's actually like, it's so crazy to me because if you genuinely think of a room full of 6,000 people, whoa. And I am so grateful and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I know young Alicia is doing cartwheels and flips right now. I remember when I was at 24 subscribers for years, and now there's 6,000 of us. So we are gonna bake some cookies. I do have my laptop with the recipe, as well as when we hit 5K, I think in 2 of my YouTube videos that I just posted, I said to ask me some questions because I will be answering them in a future video, and it's specifically for this video. So I'm gonna answer these while I bake. I've twisted together flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. I need to get those ingredients. Is this flour? I hope so. I'm gonna use it. It kind of smells like pancake mix. Salt, baking soda, baking powder, potentially flour. Baking is genuinely like so therapeutic to me, and I have not baked since last year. Holy cow, I haven't baked since last year. Okay, let's get to baking. First question, what is my favorite hook size? Ooh, I should put like 2 different tabs so I can look back and forth. My favorite hook size is probably like a 3.5 millimeter or 3.75. And I know that's so like oddly specific. However, when I first started crocheting, I followed a lot of Chenda DIY tutorials, and she uses a lot of weight 3 yarn and smaller hooks because the yarn's weight 3. So I started off kind of using the 2 millimeter hook as a beginner. So by the time I started like finding new tutorials and finding out what weight 4 yarn was, then I got a 5 millimeter hook, and it was genuinely the craziest thing to experience because my project started going so much faster, and I was like, oh, this is what usually happens. So I was so used to taking like 2 weeks to do a single project because I was using a 2 millimeter hook. So I think out of comfort, because I started with it, I'd probably say 3.75 or 3.5. I just have a preference to smaller stitches as well. I think it's just my brain's way of convincing me that I'm less likely to flash someone with a smaller stitch than if I did like a 5 millimeter hook and I did a double crochet. I don't know, it just gives me more peace of mind. This like doesn't look like, I really don't know. I really don't know. Now I need a half a teaspoon of baking soda and baking powder, baking soda. The next thing is salt, but this actually low-key scares me because there's one time I made homemade pancakes when I was maybe like 12, and I followed the recipe to a T, and I put in the exact amount of salt that they told me to, and they were the saltiest pancakes I've ever had. Because of that, I tend to put less salt than baking recipes call for, just because I have that like tiny fear that you know, it's gonna be too salty and I wasted my time. Anyways, next question. How many crochet projects have you made ever since you started crocheting? That's a good question. There's so many. I don't think I could give like an exact number. I've pretty much documented most of the crochet projects that I've done on this channel. There's this playlist if you want to check those out. If I had to say like categories, I've made bags, beanies, star blankets. I feel like that's what people kind of know me for now, star blankets, tops. I've also done a ton of coasters, hair bandanas, flower bouquets, leg warmers. I think the only thing I haven't done is like bottoms. Like I haven't done keychains, amigurumi, amigurumi and bottoms. Like I haven't made a skirt or a dress or shorts. I would love to try making a maxi skirt or a dress. Oh, I've actually also never made a sweater before, so I definitely think I want to make one of those. So we can get to know you a little. How many siblings do you have? I have one older sister. She's been in a couple of my videos, but it's just me and my older sister. I'm the youngest. I'm gonna get my KitchenAid fixer now. My literal pride and joy. This is like what grade 5 Alicia dreamed of. Look at this big honking things in the way. That's all you're seeing. She's a beauty though, ain't she? The next question that I got is, what are your favorite animes and anime genres? And before anyone says anything, because I know I'm gonna get a comment about this is a microwavable safe bowl. Before someone's like, don't put that in the microwave. It's microwavably safe. But my favorite animes, I feel like people are gonna be like, oh, that's very generic. But I really like Hunter x Hunter and Demon Slayer. I actually just finished Delicious in Dungeon as well. That was a pretty good one. I feel like that kind of gave more, not sitcom, but the same way I would throw on Modern Family and not be heavily invested into the plot as I would be with like Stranger Things. That's what Delicious in Dungeon was for me personally. I would say that's probably my top 3. As for anime genres, I don't think I have one. I just kind of watch whatever's there. I'm in the middle of watching Blue Box. Way of the House has been My Happy Marriage. I also started Jujutsu Kaisen, but I had to stop it because I was in the middle of school and I didn't have time, because I like to watch in Japanese. I didn't have time to sit there and like read the subtitles, so I couldn't put it on in the background. And also my schedule was like jam-packed, so I didn't have the time, unfortunately, to watch it. So I have to like start that again. I don't remember literally anything that I watched from that show. I don't know. I don't have like a specific genre. As much as I watch anime, I feel like I'm not a hardcore, like I can't be like, I'm an anime fan. I feel like I can't wear that title because I'm not, like I don't have Crunchyroll. I just kind of watch whatever's on Netflix. Like when I'm crocheting, I'll just turn on Netflix and I'll scroll until I find something and then I'm like, okay, this sounds cool, I'll watch it. Usually what influences what I pick is how long the show is. So if it's like a couple seasons, sometimes I'm like, maybe not. But if it's like, oh, 1 season, 24 episodes. That's what I did with Delicious in Dungeon. I just threw that on and I was like, amazing. This might be an unpopular opinion for anybody that watches My Happy Marriage, but I liked it up until they brought the magic into it. I thought it was so cute, it was doing so well, and then they brought magic into it, and now there's a season 2, and I started it. I'm gonna finish it, because never back down, never what? But I'm not a fan of the magic, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, that's hot. I guess we just leave the butter there to vibe out. And then on top of that it says, do you watch K, J, or C dramas? I have not. However, I want to get into them. However, 1, I don't know where I'm supposed to find them. And 2, I think they have some on Netflix. If they do, and you guys watch them, and you have some recommendations, leave them down below, because I will actually like, I've been wanting to get into K, J, and C dramas so badly. And I always get like TikTok clips. You ever see where they post little K-drama clips and they have the like AI voice explaining what's going on? The plot's always so interesting, but for some reason I just never follow up with like trying to find the name of the show and actually finding it online to watch it. But if you guys know of anything specifically on Netflix, let me know, because hands down I'm watching it. And then I have to bring this up because I think this is so the same person commented, Love Island is so annoying and boring this season. Everyone is just downright miserable. In my last video, I think I said something along the lines of like that I didn't want to watch it anymore because they were voting off the people that were actually finding love, which yes, I do agree. I did stop watching it, and then I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for Nicolandria. They're so cute to me. However, I don't know if they're actually really interested in each other, and I think it's kind of sucks that everyone's so invested in their story, because I mean, listen, I am too. I'm so invested. I love them together. However, even when they leave the villa, there is going to be that pressure on them that everyone loves their relationship. So even if it like they don't really like each other that much, everyone is putting this pressure to being like, no, you guys are perfect, which kind of sucks a little bit. You could tell they're still in the very early stages of like getting to know each other, and it's like the end of the season. So they're going to leave that villa and still be sitting like 5 meters away from each other. When I made that video and I got this comment, yes, I absolutely agree. I do think everyone was a little bit miserable. Next question, what's my favorite crochet project so far? Ooh. Hands down, my star blanket. I feel like I say that in every video, and I think I've also mentioned every time I talk about a star blanket that I really badly want to open an Etsy so I can make star blankets like custom for people. The way I envision it is you can go onto Etsy and say, oh, I want 1 cake, 2 cakes, 3 cakes, or 4 cakes. So it's like small, medium, large, extra large. You tell me what shade you want and I make it and I ship it out to you, because listen, I am just buying that much yarn and making 18 star blankets and just having them. If I make an Etsy where people can buy star blankets, you get a star blanket handmade with love, and I get to make the star blanket with love. It's a win-win. I really like making them, and I think that's my excuse to be like, oh, I have to make another star blanket. Like, if people ordered it, then I have an excuse to make more. I can justify making 18, you know what I mean? It's genuinely like my favorite thing to do. If I have a bad day, I can crochet for like 5 minutes on that blanket. Mood is instantly lifted. Oh, it's so good. Sorry, I just get so excited about it. Next question, age. How old do you guys think I am? Because recently, I've been getting a lot of people telling me that they think I'm in school. I went to this jewelry store once, and I was talking to the guy working there, and he asked me how old I was, and I was like, oh, I'm 21. I'm 21, by the way. And he was like, I thought you were 16. I just remember I worked at a summer camp last year, and every kid that I saw thought that I was the youngest counselor there. I was the second oldest counselor there. One kid actually saw me and thought I went to her elementary school. I was gagged. I was like, oh, no, actually I don't. But yeah, I'm 21, turning 22 in October, and my first crochet project was I think I might have it in one of the videos that I've made on this account. I don't know if it's in a video or in a thumbnail, but it was cat beanie. Year of crochet, the year you crocheted the most. Probably say last year. I feel like I was on my crochet grind last year. At least I tried to be. So I'd probably say last year, but I really think with the way that I'm wishing to be consistent on this channel, that by the time I get to the end of this year, it'd probably be that I made the most projects this year. I'm putting dry ingredients in. I really hope this is flour. This looks so wet, but I have to remind myself it does not need to be like an actual dough or else it's not gonna spread. So attached to this question is favorite crochet piece you made, our blanket. I don't really know how much chocolate chips. Quinn and I always just kind of eyeball it. So this person said that they're also a crocheter. This is the third video they've watched of mine. Love from Pakistan. That is so cute. Love from Canada. Right back at you. Unpopular opinion, I never preheat the oven until like the last minute. If I'm making cookies, when I'm doing this part, this is when I'll preheat the oven. I just don't like it running in the background while I'm baking. I don't know. Maybe there's some science about how that's wrong, but that's just what I do personally. Are you gonna make another star blanket? Absolutely I am. Before this year is out, there's going to be another star blanket video. You guys just wait. Will you ever do a yarn giveaway? I'd love to do a yarn giveaway. Only thing is, I don't understand the logistics of giveaways. Like, I don't know how to do one. If I buy the yarn, and I don't know, if anyone like knows how to do giveaways, I'd absolutely love to do yarn giveaway. I just genuinely don't really know the logistics of it. How did I learn to crochet? What was my very first project that I made? I was watching a bunch of, it was like COVID times, and I was watching a lot of TikToks, and my For You page just kind of turned into like crochet talk. I was like, that looks really cool. And it made me really want to crochet. So I told my cousin, and then my cousins and I went to a Michael's, and I bought some random hook that she told me to buy, and I bought one of those massive fluffy balls of yarn. I was like, I want to make a bucket hat. Yeah. But then I remember I went back to my cousin's house and we were watching a movie, and my cousin was watching a tutorial and we were trying to understand how to crochet, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So I put it down, and she crocheted like a mini bikini top. And then when I went home, I made cat ear beanie, because I think I was seeing a lot of those on TikTok. I think they were really popular around that time. So I decided I wanted to make one. I found the yarn in the back of my closet from my knitting. I made that, and that was my first crochet project. That's kind of how I got into it. I think they're ready. What is love? Oh. They spread a lot. I'll let this cool, and then I'll try this one. So this summer, I want to post as consistently as possible. Obviously, like I said, I do want to open up an Etsy. I do want to try a market at some point this year. But as for this channel, I do post a lot of crochet content, but I kind of also want to try booked content, which, I mean, I've been doing a book video once a month, so I don't really know if people are interested in that, but I like reading and I like documenting it and reviewing it and talking to people about it. I'm planning to do, kind of at the end of the year, a book video a month, crochet videos every other week preferably, and by the time school comes around, I actually want to also do school vlogs. It's gonna be my 4th year. I just want to document my 4th year and be able to look back at it in the future and be like, wow, that was university for me, you know? Something just more memory than anything. This might be a really big stretch, but I really want to try Vlogmas this year. Even if it's just 12 days of Vlogmas, low-key I want to try Vlogmas. They're not terrible. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for subscribing and tuning in every week, commenting, subscribing, being here. Like, it genuinely means the world to me. I love every single one of you and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for coming along with the journey and watching my crochet videos and, you know, holding me accountable and telling me that I need to post. Some of y'all have, man. Thank you. But thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm excited to see where this channel takes us and where we go from here. If you want to, I have all my socials linked down below. Definitely check them out. Thank you all so much for watching this week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!